My best advice to any dads is to support your partner in looking after themselves. They may not always be in the right frame of mind. They may be too exhausted to really give themselves the self-care and nutrition that they need. So don't wait, don't be shy. Get in the kitchen, roll up your sleeves. You don't have to be a gourmet chef. Focus on simple recipes. I can tell you that whatever you make for your partner, it's going to be well received, and it will also ensure that they've got the energy they need to continue to look after your precious little baby.
Dads are so important. My message to you, Dad, is you are vital and important in the house. Not only are you noticing if mum needs food and needs to be taken care of, but you're also there to support your baby and to give them connection and love needs that mum potentially can't give during the first few months of their life. It's really important as a dad to be able to build your own routine and rituals to help take care and connect with your child. Whether that's doing one feed a night with a bottle or doing tummy time or doing that bath, you are really important in supporting your child and also your partner. So step into that role and be confident because you are needed.
So when this baby comes home, there's a lot of focus on the baby and the mother and how well they're doing. But for a lot of us, we're a partner, and that partner role takes time and patience to see where it sits and how we're going to support each other. Our relationships are changing in those early weeks of bringing the baby home. For lots of partners, they have to go back to work. They might be taking on the pressure of being that sole person that brings home the money. So it's those quiet times that you have with your partner and with your baby that allows you to develop a pattern of being a family. Take time and patience, and the most important thing is to communicate to each other how you're feeling and how it looks for you. And I'm sure with that communication, before long you're going to feel like a beautiful family of 3 or 4 or 5 or 6.
I hear from so many dads how useless they feel in this postpartum period. They don't have 2 boobs to feed the baby with, and they're not kind of intertwined in that kind of mother connection those early days. But there is so much that you can do because you're essentially your partner's cheerleader, coach, and manager behind the scenes. So what I want you to do is make sure that you are really supporting her. Simple little things that you can do is kind of fill up 2 drink bottles at the beginning of the day. Okay, that's going to actually help to keep her hydrated. That's going to prevent her getting constipated, which is going to do wonders for her pelvic floor just by doing that for her. You can also do things like make sure you schedule in a little bit of time that she has for herself for self-care. Okay, so whether that's going to the hairdressers, going for a walk each week on her own without the baby, it is so important and will do wonders for her own mental health and your own relationship. The other thing I want you to do is remember to actually give your partner a little compliment daily if you can. She's going to feel different in her body, and the more she hears from you how amazing you think she is, the better it is going to be for that mum.
Partners, I have a question for you. Would you know what to do if your new baby fell off the change table? Would you calmly and confidently know the first aid and be able to look for the signs and symptoms that you need to? Or would you panic? It is of utmost importance that you know how to help your child in an emergency. Make it a priority to enrol in a baby and child first aid course. You will learn everything from CPR to what to do for bumps and bruises and for choking and everything in between. You will never regret the 3 hours that you spend learning how to help your child in an emergency.
I think that the role of dads has changed really significantly in the last few generations, and particularly since 2020 and COVID. We've got so many more dads working more flexibly, and they're in on the ground doing it really differently. I meet a lot of dads whose parents who would have traditionally come from overseas to help raise the baby, and they're not going to be around. So dads are having to step in and get in there from the very beginning. I think this is really exciting. I think it's an opportunity to have a whole new generation of children that are much more connected with their fathers. And I think that that connection right from the beginning will make a really big difference to the relationship going forward. But I think what we need to focus on is mental health for dad and supporting dads. I tell the dads that I work with, if you can find just one good mate in the first year that you can connect with and talk to about the birth, about the realities of becoming a dad, about the good, about the bad, about the whole story, I think that can be an absolute lifesaver for you.